Good morning, all you fine folk out there. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Thank you for joining me again. Today I'm going to touch on a very touchy, sensitive subject. And it might offend some, it might not offend others. But I want to remind you that Jesus did not care whether he offended people. He told the truth regardless of offense. I can assure you that the religious Pharisees of his day were highly offended when he called them whitewashed tombstones, that they're beautiful on the outside, but on the inside they're filled with dead bones. I can assure you that they were offended. But did that stop Jesus from saying it? No. So today I might actually touch on something that might offend somebody, but before I continue, I want to tell you something. If you're offended, you need to ask yourself, why am I offended? The second thing is, we must remember the Holy Spirit convicts. So when you do feel offended, ask yourself whether this is actually a conviction from the Holy Spirit. If you do feel condemned, then just know it's not from God and it's not from me. The enemy will take my words to make you feel condemned. And that is not what my intentions are. I do not want to condemn anybody. And God does not condemn anyone. So, having said that, let's look at the topic. So, the topic is that throughout my time, I've been participating in various debates between Christians and atheists on various platforms. And there's one argument that I find rather disturbing. I could actually use even a stronger word than that Christians use when they debate with atheists. And that argument that they use is, well, if God is not real, then I've got nothing to lose. But if God is real, then you've got everything to lose. That is the argument. Now I ask you, have you used that argument before? Now I want to tell you why I find this argument very disturbing and to a certain degree, I can't even express the way I feel about it. But I'm going to tell you why I find it disturbing, and then you'll probably understand why I feel the way I feel. First of all, remember what Satan said to Jesus when he went to tempt Jesus. The first thing he said to Jesus is, if you are the Son of God. And that's pretty much what we do when we say, if God is not real, then I've got nothing to lose. Now just have that in your back of your mind. The second thing that bothers me about this whole argument is for a Christian to say, if God isn't real, and I'll lose nothing. But if God is real, then I lose nothing. To me, that just sounds like all you're doing is using God as a gambling pawn. All you're saying to me is that you are just taking a gamble. You are doing every Christian thing that there is to do and hoping for the best. That automatically makes me question your sincerity. It makes me question the motive of your heart. Am I just following God because I'm hoping to get in heaven, but there is no relationship? It will make me question your relationship even with God, because you make it sound like it's all just a gambling situation where you just use God as a pawn, and if I'm right, yay for me, and if I'm wrong, well, I've lost nothing. I just find that an incredibly wrong attitude to have coming from a Christian. The third thing that bothers me about this whole argument is the fact that you clearly do not have a relationship with God. Because if you have a relationship with God and it is a loving, obedient, faithful relationship with God, He will reveal Himself to you. And when He starts revealing Himself to you, you will just know that you know that you know that He's real. And there will be never any doubt in your mind. I've had so many experiences with the Lord that I cannot honestly sit here and say if the Lord is real. I know that He is real. And you can know it too. And if you don't know it in your heart, and then you simply need to build and work on your relationship with God, because He will reveal Himself to His children. Now, the fourth and last thing that I want to mention that I find very frustrating about this mantra that we as Christians use is, how does that help any atheist? How does that attitude of, if I'm right, lucky for me, if I'm wrong, I don't lose anything, how does that attitude help any unbeliever? All that unbeliever is now seeing is, oh, okay, Christianity is all just one big gamble. They pretty much just believe it in case they might be right. And if they're wrong, then they lose nothing. So why would I want to become a Christian? What kind of a message are you giving the unbeliever when you say, if God is real, I've got nothing to lose, but if He's not real, you've got everything to lose? You're just showing that you're taking a gamble, and all you are telling that atheist or unbeliever is that Christianity is all about a gamble you take. And that is how sneaky Satan is. We see these kind of sentences being put out there by other Christians, and then Satan says to you, oh, that is such a clever response, let's also use that next time. But we don't even think about what it is that we are writing. We don't think about how that is going to impact a non-believer. Now non-believers will look at that comment of yours and they'll just say, oh, okay, so Christianity is really all just a gamble. Well, and if they're wrong, they lose nothing. So if they're going to lose nothing, then I might as well not even bother. We need to be careful of our words, and we need to consider the words that we are telling atheists and unbelievers, because everything you say, they will use either to their benefit or they will just reject it. And if you say to them, well, look, mate, I can't help you if you don't believe in God. I know that He's real, and I can give you my testimony as to what He has done in my life. Do you think that will be a better approach than just saying, well, if I'm wrong, I've got nothing to lose? We need to get rid of these religious responses that we see each other replying and then just copy and go with it. We need to start thinking about what we are saying and what impact that will have on unbelievers. I thank you for watching. I thank you for listening. And I pray that if you ever used this, that my message would have related to you and that you have learned something from that viewpoint. And please, for anyone that has done it, not to condemn you. If you are feeling condemned, it's from Satan. I do not condemn you. God doesn't condemn you. But if you are feeling convicted, then I would pray that you would consider these words of mine and refrain from ever using that answer again. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.